What is up, guys? This is me, Johnny Cooper64 here with another YouTube video, and welcome to my final episode on Crash Bandicoot 1 on the Crash Bandicoot Sane Trilogy Let's Play. Let's start with the lab. And as you can see, we can go to Stormy Ascent. It's actually connected, and when you actually play when you start a new game, you go to Insanity Beach, of course, and you can actually play Stormy Ascent for some reason. And I wish even thought, I guess it's a free DLC, or at least the ones who got it, when it was first released on the first month. I do wish, that you still had to beat like the levels in order to go to Stormy Ascent, but whatever. Alright, we're here into the lab. So we can see the little green slimes. They're smaller than, during the embryo boss battle. Not sure what the hell they're doing in here, but I guess, with the whole ultimate final boss battle type of thing, with embryo, dying, or not really dying, but getting defeated, and in Cortex, this castle being in fire. Supposedly, when you defeat embryo, the castle goes on fire. Really doesn't have an explanation on that. And I do wish, when you defeat embryo, you can kind of see, little flames starting to go on. Kind of show that that's actually the reason why this whole thing is actually on fire. Show a little reason. That's what it the remastered didn't. That's what Vicarious Visions didn't really add in. It was one of those details they could have actually done. And those little green globs are I guess is the part of Embryo's creations. And they kind of escaped from the lab, or from Embryo's boss battle. Ooh, now this level's short as hell, dude. Short, but not easy. This is really hard. Really hard. Alright. But you missed. I'm gonna miss a lot of boxes. I can tell you that right now. 17 boxes. Alright, whatever. 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 Loading the Thumpa Wumpa Islands from Skylanders. Now, I only played. I bought Skylander Imaginators, I will not lie. I only bought it though because of Crash Bandicoot. I bought the Crash Bandicoot edition. Now we're not going to go to the Great Hall yet. We're going to be going to the Stormy Ascent. Now when you first actually get the game, or when you get the game, that little tower I guess you see is actually, you see that little point in the bottom, it's actually supposed to be lowered down, but with the Stormy Ascent being added on, they show like a little cutscene of like the tower kind of expanding in a way. Pretty cool. Do kind of wish Stormy Ascent was added during the final product instead of being a DLC. But it does show how like DLCs can kind of work in the Crash series for future Crash games. And as you can see, just like not Stormy Ascent, because we're playing that right now. The other one, oh crap, Slippery Climb. There is 3 layers of water, and before we actually talk about that, Slippery Climb actually has like the little sunset type of thing, but in this one it's like all full-blown thunder. Like it's super dark. It's just super dark, and the rain is super hard in this one as well. You can see a little thunder going on, and now about the 3 layers of water. And what I mean about that is there's water kind of like dripping on the screen, kind of breaking like the 4th wall that you're playing a game. And the other one is like the water that's falling down, and the crash, crashes, getting dripped by water. And then like the other one is the one not really going into Crash, but like going further into Crash in a way. Sorry if this sounds really difficult to say, but if you kind of see a bit of it, you can kind of tell. Now this level was cut from the original, of course, for being way too difficult. And Slippery Climb, really not difficult. I think they could have actually added this in, no problem at all. At least in my opinion. While playing this level, and also I played the original Stormy Ascent on the Game Shark. You can play it if you have Game Shark. You just need the original game and the Game Shark, of course, which my dad had. But my dad actually bought Game Shark, but he didn't really know what the hell to do with the Game Shark game. Like he bought it, but he had no use for it because Game Shark is just for like cheat codes. He thought it was like an actual video game. I'm not sure if he actually bought it or he found it. I'm not sure, but I ended up scratching the hell out of the freaking Game Shark disc. And sadly, you know, Game Sharks or cheat codes and stuff like that don't, you know, really, they aren't useful anymore. You know, we get the technology we have. You know, kids can, like, you know, look at the internet, find the hints and stuff like that, or like cheat codes and stuff like that, you can say. Which is kind of sad, you know, how like the whole cheat code, or Game Shark, you know, where they tell you in like the little booklets, you know, that show you the cheat codes, you know, the era ended. And, you know, due to technology, I guess, or due to advanced technology, I shall say. And in this one, those little platforms, you kind of have to wait. You know, you have to kind of time everything. You know, this whole level is based off of time, of, you know, how you have to, let me see, look, time. You have to know when these platforms are going to go or they're not going to go. And I learned this by doing the golden relic, and I'm just going to tell you right now, the golden relic is a huge pain in the asshole. Now, why is it a pain in the ass? It's because the level is not only too long, it is super difficult. These spikes, dude, you need to get Aku Aku in these. In this one, you have to learn when this little platform is going to go. Like, I could have gone there, but the thing is that I will have needed, okay, there you look, like this. Oh my god. Do you guys see that? I needed to have timing in order to reach the other platform. It was too late for me to actually jump out. That's why, you know, I didn't really take the huge ass jump because I knew I wasn't gonna make it. So, you know, I decided to let my faith be the fate. And of course, I accidentally slipped and I climbed and I fell. Alright, come on. And it actually took me like a whole day in order to beat the, like, not, I mean, it only took me like less than an hour to beat this level, but it actually took me a whole day to get the golden relic in order to get the final at least gold, like, not gold, ooh, oh, gosh darn it, to get the final trophy in, you know, the platinum trophies and stuff like that. So, you know, that's pretty good. You know, got myself a little bit of practice in Stormy Ascent, you know. So I can beat my friends and tell them, you know, hey, not even PewDiePie can beat this whole level. He made a whole episode, I think it was like 30 minutes or something, and he said he was like playing it for like hours, and not even him could have beaten this level for some ass reason. And he wasn't even doing the golden platinum, bro. Like, he was just going on normal, which means, you know, he didn't have to run. You know, he didn't have to do all these stuff, you know, that we do, you know, when getting the golden relic. So, you know, and PewDiePie has, you know, played a lot of difficult games, so, you know, I don't see why he couldn't beat this one. Alright, let's look at this one. Okay, there you go. And now for this one, you actually have to know the timing, and you have to press the arrow like really hard. Now for this embryo bonus round, this was actually fully made by Vicarious Visions. Now, of course, Stormy Ascent is, you know, DLC or like cut content from Naughty Dog, and, you know, there was an embryo token and stuff like that, but, you know, Naughty Dog never really made the bonus round for embryo. So this whole thing that you're seeing right now is actually made by Vicarious Visions themselves, and I just died. Alright. Okay, come on. Let's go back. Alright, yeah. That's pretty nice, dude. You can tell how, you know, difficult, while keeping it easy, keeping it difficult, and, you know, you can kind of tell the the creativity they put into this bonus round. And I just exploded and my eyeballs just fell down. Alright, let's beat this again. Come on, Crash, you can do this, my dude. You can do this. Alright, bonus round, let's go. Get that little Crash life. Jump in here. TNT, come on. 3, 2, 1. Then you jump, and I missed it. Just when I went through that white box, I missed it. You have to know. This is what I'm telling you, dude. Even Vicarious Visions knew how to do this bonus round. Everything is about time. You have to know when this TNT is gonna explode and when you have to land in the little other iron platform. Oh my! I thought I was gonna like land in the iron box, but I really didn't. Alright, let's go back and do this. Alright, let's go back. Look at these beautiful crystals in the background. Do love the amazing detail they put into this. Alright, 3, 2, 1, and then jump, and there you go. All about timing, my dudes. This whole level, all about timing. And there you go. Right, you put this one. Now you have to actually like break the boxes from like the up, and I'm gonna show you why. Then over here you have to like jump into the other one because this one's higher, and then land on this one. Now you have to like hit these and then jump in here, let that one explode, jump, and there you go. You basically got all the boxes. An embryo explodes himself and he disappears, and that is the last we see of embryo. I guess embryo turned into some sort of ghost or something. And now we have a checkpoint with the embryo bonus round. Ooh. Okay, come on. Lab assistant. Useless. Alright. Now these are this is the part where, like, when you're trying to reach and get a golden relic is where it gets difficult. Oh my god. Okay, there you go. You have to kind of like you have to jump really quickly into each platform while avoiding the spikes in there. Alright, let's see. Okay. Come on. Get your ass out of here. Alright, let's go. Oh my flipping. Missed it. Flippin' missed it. Alright, let's go back. Let's go back. Or like knack. Okay, come on. Okay. So, there's a pattern there. You have to wait for the other platform to, come out, because, the lab assistant keeps throwing, he keeps on throwing them little scientific bottles in there. Come on, come on. And, as I was saying before, in my previous episode, how, like, people wanted, the Crash 2 and Crash 3, type of physics, how, like, the controls and everything, this level kind of shows how, how easy it will have been if Crash actually had those, Crash 2 and Crash 3 controls, and, I really won't like that. I mean, it would have been cool, I guess, if you added it as a bonus, but the thing is, like, are you gonna get it as a bonus after you beat the golden relics, or, after you beat the game, or, get all the gems? Because if you get all the, if it was just like, getting all the gems, then it would have been easier to get the platinum or golden relics, but no, that's not how it goes. Okay, come on. Okay, let's go. All about timing right here, dudes. This is where it gets difficult when getting platinum or golden relics or whatever relics there is. Okay. There you go. Okay. Kind of, have to wait for the little bird to come to the middle. Okay. This is pretty weird though, but that's the only platform you really need to, kind of reach. Now this is the part where I died a lot, and a lot of people, when getting the relic, died a lot. Oh my flipping water! I didn't even try. What the hell? All right, I still have 36 lives, so Oh my flipping god! I just landed. The freaking bottle just smashed my damn head. Come on. While not jumping high, because if you jump high, then the bottle will, of course, touch your head, and you die. So, kind of keep it a bit of a low jump. Come on. There you go. I reached the platform. Now I'm gonna be going here. Okay, now this is all about timing. Ooh, holy flippin' hell! I did it, my dudes. I did it. I did it. Now, as of course, I try my best to kind of be careful when getting these boxes during the final round. You don't want to fall down. And there you go. Stormy Ascent, that's how you beat it. That is how you beat it, my dudes. Holy flippin' hell. Now that has gotta be really hard. There you go. And on to one of the most hardest levels in video game industry. As video game as a whole. Let's go with the Great Hall. Super difficult, my dudes. Super difficult. One of the most difficult games, most difficult levels there is. The reason why Crash 1 is considered the hardest. The Great Hall. Now, Crash Bandicoot 1 is indeed the most changed, like in the remaster. You see that, dude? That's how difficult it was, dude. You know, in the original, of course, there was like spikes, you know, Bowser coming out of nowhere, you know, kind of grabbing Crash and ripping him apart. But anyways, as I was saying, Crash Bandicoot 1 is the most changed out of Crash 2 and 3 in, you know, the remaster, you know, due to like the little passwords, you know, the little boxes, you know, because if you die in the original, then you have to go back in order to get the box. But in this one, you know, once you reach a checkpoint, you know, the boxes you've broken before are saved. You know, a lot of things changed, and the remaster basically makes Crash 1 the best. Makes it, Crash 1 is basically my favorite in the Sane Trilogy. Now we're in the final boss, Dr. Neocortex, and I gotta say, I really do love Lex Lang's Dr. Neocortex. Of course, in the original trilogy, Dr. Neocortex sounds more like more evil in a way. In this one, it's more Twinsanity or comedic Cortex type of thing, and I really do love that. You know, if they want to make Cortex funny, I guess in later games, you know, they have to use Lex Lang, you know, and hopefully they actually do keep the actors, or like, you know, the voice actors for, like, you know, future games to come. Come on, come on. Ooh, flippin' hell. That's a really weird death animation. Like, all of Crash's skin or something just burns off. Now, as I said before, don't really know what started the fire. I think it's when I defeated Embryo, but I do wish, you know, they kind of show like a little, at least a little fire kind of start. You know, it will have said, you know, what started the fire, but really nothing shows. But you can kind of see the pinstripe, you know, base, or, you know, where we were fighting Pinstripe go on fire. So I think it's probably Pinstripe's boss battle where, you know, everything kind of started going on fire. And, you know, this is actually not the last time we see this castle. We actually see this return in Crash 2, and I'll show you guys once we play my boy Crash Bandicoot 2, my favorite game of the Crash trilogy. Come on, Cortex, come on! Give me an extra blow. And this one you have to know the patterns for, like, the freaking little balls to throw you. Now the purple balls just like, oh my flipping god. Now the purple balls just, you know, kind of go in there, you know, it's like a one-shot type of thing, you know, the goes directly at you, but then, you know, it disappears. The blue balls are basically you know, kind of like flying, going either straight at you. Look, you see these ones go straight at you, and then the blue ones kind of like return. And I forgot, I just hit the purple one. Alright, gotta remember that it's only the green balls that you have to hit. Come on, man, come on, Cortex, you can do this. Okay. No, I hate you. Ha 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 ha. I don't know why they didn't really make that, you know, little laugh return. Ha ha ha. Also, Cortex is a smart ass, you know. Why the hell is he, like, you know, he's made a lot of things, yet he can't make a gun that keeps on shooting without having to kind of like remote control the gun each time. As I said over here, like the blue balls, you know, make a little pattern, and, you know, zigzag, you know, you have to kind of avoid. Green balls, you know, it's of course the main object that you hit Cortex. Purple balls, you know, just go straight at you. Come on, Dr. Cortex. There you go. That defeats Cortex. Now this is the most difficultest part, because, like, he throws like a bunch of purple balls, and, you know, okay, there you go. Yes, and final hit, and Cortex is gone forever. Yes! Haha. Love how Cortex just falls down. There you go, and Dr. Neocortex is defeated. And Dr. Neocortex lands to the ground. Loading. Ooh. Ah. And after that cutscene, goes straight after Crash Bandicoot 2 Cortex Strikes Back. And Crash and Coco, oh my god, why did I say that? Incest. No, never mind. I mean, Crash and Tana finally get back together, and we never get to see her after this game. Developed by Vicarious Visions. Development support by Toys for Bob. I'm glad Toys for Bob, supported on this project, and Vicarious Visions did a great job on making Crash Bandicoot 1 and, Crash Bandicoot 2 and 3 on the Sane Trilogy. As, previously they worked on previous projects like Crash Bandicoot 2 Entrance, Crash Bandicoot The Huge Adventure, if I'm not mistaken. Also, I'm gonna be getting all the gems and all the golden relics, so I'll be back in a second. And we are back. Now you can see all the gems I collected and all the relics I've collected, all of them being platinum and golden. Now we're going to be going to the Great Hall and unlocking the ending. Now, I guess this is a secret ending in a way, and that's not really secret, but this is not the real ending. The ending we just went through is actually the real ending, due to the fact, Cortex falling down and, landing on the little, whatever that is, pyramid or something, and, of course, finding the purple crystal. And in this one, we save Tana and we get the hell out of here. And why is there a Tana painting in there? Does, Cortex just love furry animals? And why is there, a lot of freaking, red, curtains? This really does feel like Cortex is trying to do something, really nasty to Tana. I'm not gonna say it, but, kind of weird that, Cortex does have, paintings of Tana, unless this was, Tana's, I think, castle, and, Cortex kind of took over, kind of like how Bowser does in New Super Mario Bros. Wii. For some reason, I thought it was, a crown that, it's called, Tana had. Okay, let's go to this, and what is behind that curtain? What do you guys think it is, my dudes? Let's find out. Okay, loading. Hello. Come on. Damn, these loading times do take a lot. Fix this PS5 version. Ooh, and the curtains unlock. Damn, Crash has a boner right now. He has a boner for that huge ass bird, not Tana. Oh my god, I love Crash Bandicoot. Just love how, he doesn't really pay attention to his girlfriend. He just, gets a boner for the bird. Oh my flipping god. Love you, Crash Bandicoot. Such an amazing character. Alright, so here is what happens to each villain. Papa sold the ruins of Castle Cortex to a research developer. He then used the proceeds to open a big and tall shop on the island. Oh, good for you, man. Papa getting all the little islands. After intense therapy and 80 years of higher education, Dr. Rue went on to well-received book Throughout the Eye of the Vortex Study Revolution. That doesn't... Well, Qualicong moved to Hollywood and landed a motion picture deal of universal proportions. Currently, he is working with a speech therapist to improve his diction. Alright. Pinstripe moved to Chicago, where he now owns and operates a citywide sanitation company. He is saving money for his upcoming Jubernational company. After the disappearance of his mentor, Dr. Embryo rediscovers his first love, tending bar. Yeah. The world has heard nothing more of Cortex since Crash foiled his plans, but evil geniuses are harder to squash than cockroaches, and that is true. Now, for Papu, I guess it is reasonable, his ending in this part, because, we really don't see Papu coming back, besides Twinsanity. So I guess, he bought the rights to Cortex's islands, for Ripperoo. Now, that does make sense, because, Ripperoo does end up becoming a doctor. The 8 years, though, doesn't really make sense, since it's, Cortex Strikes Back literally takes just 1 year after the first game. So, you know, they could have actually changed that to 8 years to 1 year, but don't know why. For Koala Kong, you know, that was a really nice reference to Universal's, the guys who published the first 3 Crash games, and I think, yeah, well, first 3 Crash games, then CTR, and then Crash Bash, then, you know, I guess on and on and on until, you know, they sold it to someone else. You know, for Pinstripe, good for Pinstripe, you know, because we really don't see Papu Papu, Koala Kong, or Pinstripe anymore, I guess, after CTR. So, you know, I guess, you know, those are fine endings for their characters. Then we have Embryo, who still returns the Mind Over Mutant, and Cortex, of course, returns for the Crash Bandicoot 2 Cortex Strikes Back. But overall, Crash Bandicoot 1 is one of the most changed games in the Sane Trilogy. You know, the most changed game, you know. A lot of stuff changed, passwords, everything, you know, the boxes, a lot of stuff changed, and it is an amazing change. I will say that because of Sane Trilogy, Crash Bandicoot is actually my favorite game out of the trilogy. At least in Sane Trilogy. For the original trilogy, I gotta say it's Crash Bandicoot 2 Cortex Strikes Back. But I do love the Vicarious Visions remaking this game, and you know how beautiful it is. You can see kind of like the oceans in there in the background and everything. Such an amazing game, and I rate this game 8 out of 10 IGN WillFab twice. Thank you guys so much for watching my Crash Bandicoot 1 Let's Play on Sane Trilogy. I'm going to be playing Crash Bandicoot 2 Cortex Strikes Back next, so watch out for that. So thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe for Crash Bandicoot news, you know, Crash Bandicoot discussions, Spiral the Dragon news discussions, medieval news discussions, Sly Cooper news discussions, you know, stuff like that. So yes, thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.